A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine, Chapter 5, The Tesseract. Yes, Mrs. Witch said, he is behind the darkness so that even we cannot see him. Meg began to cry, to sob aloud. Through her tears, she could see Charles Wallace standing there, very small, very white. Calvin put his arms around her, but she shuddered and broke away, sobbing wildly. Then she was enfolded in the great wings of Mrs. Whatsit, and she felt comfort and strength pouring through her. Mrs. Whatsit was not speaking aloud, and yet, through the wings, Meg understood words. My child, do not despair. Do you think we would have brought you here if there were no hope? We are asking you to do a difficult thing, but we are confident that you can do it. Your father needs help. He needs courage, and for his children, he may be able to do what he cannot do for himself. Now, Mrs. Witch said, are we ready? Where are we going? Calvin asked. Again, Meg felt an actual physical tingling of fear as Mrs. Witch spoke. We must go behind the shadow. But we will not do it all at once, Mrs. Whatsit comforted them. We will do it in short stages. She looked at Meg. Now we will tesser. We will wrinkle again. Do you understand? No, Meg said flatly. Mrs. Whatsit sighed. Explanations are not easy when they are about things for which your civilization still has no words. Calvin talked about traveling at the speed of light. You understand that, little Meg? Yes, Meg nodded. That, of course, is the impractical, long way around. We have learned to take shortcuts whenever possible. Sort of like in math, Meg asked. Like in math, Mrs. Whatsit looked over at Mrs. Who. Take your shirt and show them. La experiencia es la madre de la ciencia. Spanish, my dears. Cervantes. Experience is the mother of knowledge. Mrs. Who took a portion of her white robe in her hands and held it tight. You see, Mrs. Whatsit said, if a very small insect were to move from the section of skirt in Mrs. Who's right hand to that in her left, it would be quite a long walk for him if he had to walk straight across. Swiftly, Mrs. Who brought her hands, still holding the skirt together. Now you see, Mrs. Whatsit said, he would be there without the long trip. That is how we travel. Charles Wallace accepted the explanation serenely. Even Calvin did not seem perturbed. Oh dear, Meg sighed. I guess I am a moron. I just don't get it. That is because you think of space only in 3 dimensions, Mrs. Whatsit told her. We travel in the 5th dimension. That is something you can understand, Meg. Don't be afraid to try. Was your mother able to explain a tesseract to you? Well, she never did, Meg said. She got so upset about it. Why, Mrs. Whatsit? She said it had something to do with her and father. It was a concept they were playing with, Mrs. Whatsit said, going beyond the 4th dimension to the 5th. Did your mother explain it to you, Charles? Well, yes. Charles looked a little embarrassed. Please don't be hurt, Meg. I just kept it her while you were at school till I got it out of her. Meg sighed. Just explain it to me. Okay, Charles said. What is the 1st dimension? Well, a line. Okay, and the 2nd dimension? Well, you'd square the line. A flat square would be in the 2nd dimension. And the 3rd? Well, you'd square the 2nd dimension, then the square wouldn't be flat anymore. It would have a bottom and sides and a top. And the 4th? Well, I guess if you want to put it into mathematical terms, you'd square the square, but you can't take a pencil and draw it in that way. You can the first 3. I know it's got something to do with Einstein and time. I guess maybe you could call the 4th dimension time? That's right, Charles said. Good girl. Okay then, for the 5th dimension, you'd square the 4th, wouldn't you? I guess so. Well, the 5th dimension's a tesseract. You add that to the other 4 dimensions and you can travel through space without having to go the long way around. In other words, to put it into Euclid or old-fashioned plane geometry, a straight line is not the shortest distance between 2 points. For a brief, illuminating second, Meg's face had the listening, probing expression that was so often seen on Charles's. I see, she cried. I got it. For just a moment, I got it. I can't possibly explain it now, but there for a second, I saw it. She turned excitedly to Calvin. Did you get it? He nodded. Enough. I don't understand in the way Charles Wallace does, but enough to get the idea. So now we go, Mrs. Witch said. There is not all the time in the world. Could we hold hands? Meg asked. Calvin took her hand and held it tightly in his. You can try, Mrs. Whatsit said, though I'm not sure how it will work. You see, though we travel together, we travel alone. We will go first and take you afterward in the backwash. That way, that may be easier for you. As she spoke, the great white body began to waver, the wings to dissolve into mist. Mrs. Who seemed to evaporate until there was nothing but glasses, and then the glasses, too, disappeared. It reminded Meg of the Cheshire Cat. I've often seen a face without glasses, she thought, but glasses without a face. I wonder if I go that way too. First me and then my glasses. She looked over at Mrs. Witch. Mrs. Witch was there, and then she wasn't.